Good morning, my peeps and jeeps. Let the light in. Oh, but I don't want to go. I don't want to wake up. But you must, young Padawan. So, I'm in a good mood. Welcome to this morning stretch. Let's get going. Open up that blind. Let that light in. We're going to do this in my bedroom, my friends, because I wanted to share with you that sometimes it's just about jumping right in and getting it moving. I had a little bit of a 8-minute meditation. Feeling playful, so I went for 8 minutes. There's a beautiful app called Inside Timer. If you're looking for something, I'll link it in the description below. Now, throughout all these moves, it's kind of important to actually let your eyes scan the environment. Watch some light. Let that light sink into your eyes. This is a great way to set your circadian rhythm. And all that means is that in the end, everything in our body, our physiology adapts to waking up in the morning, getting started, and then throughout the night we can sleep better because our melatonin hits at a better time, etc., etc. Go research on circadian rhythms if that interests you. So we're going to start this beautiful morning stretch by just standing, shaking out those feathers, any of that rust remaining on them toes. Just find a nice, comfortable stance. Feel heavy or light, but just feel grounded. And from here, connecting to your breath. Inhaling, getting nice and tall. I want the inhale to bring your spine up like an elevator, pulling you up to the skies. Getting nice and tall. On the exhale, we're going to fold over to the right here. Now, each time I'm moving to the side and back to the center, I inhale. You can interlock your fingers as so. Get nice and tall first, and then on the exhale, I fall. I want each inhale in the middle to be getting nice and tall first before I make any movements to the side. Inhaling again and getting nice and tall, keeping those ribs down, no big arch in the back, a little bit of an arch is fine. And when I'm pouring out to the side, I want you to imagine that you're pouring away anything that no longer needs to be held by you. So imagine you're like in a net or in a web or in the ocean, and you can just pour everything to the side, finding your center again. Now this is what stretching is all about. It's just a tool for us to keep finding our center. That's a beautiful metaphor. Go ahead and relax your hands, bring them down to the sides. And the next thing we're going to do, talking about the center, we're just going to clear our space here. We're going to inhale, bring our hands up, all the way up to the top. And on the exhale, draw a big circle around you, just making sure you can clear your space, take ownership of your space, my friends, throughout the day, set your boundaries, and then you can be in any circumstance, any environment, and feel as though you are safe, you are okay as you are, as the person in the middle of all the chaos and all the beauty. So I like to use my imagination here and use a little bit of imagining like a light that I'm spreading around me. That helps me feel nice and comfortable and loose. Now next we're going to go into these beautiful spine rolls downs. Now on each time I'm rolling down, I'm exhaling, rolling every single vertebrae, articulating that vertebrae. You can imagine like you're standing in an X-ray right now, and you're just really looking at every single vertebrae go click, 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 click. A head moves up last. On the inhale, I accentuate that by letting my chin go to the sky. Jaw is closed, teeth are closed. On the exhale, I roll that chin, I tuck that chin to my chest, and now I just try to roll that big old back down, vertebra for vertebra. Now for me, especially around the hip area, around the belly button area, this is where things get a little bit trickier to get a nice sense of connection to. So take it easy here. You can see me here. Feel free to let your knees be bent at the start. Where in the morning, this is super intense for me. I feel a lot of strain on my neck when I'm doing this. So just take it nice and easy here. Remember to be opening up those eyes. If you can, stand in some sunlight in the morning and let that light really lighten you up. It's as easy as that. Again, here rolling down, taking it nice and slow, imagining whatever you want to imagine to help you connect to each vertebra on the way down. Now go ahead here, if you want to place your hands on the floor, if that's what's available to you, go ahead and do so, or just go ahead and grab onto your shins or your knees or anything, but just go ahead and relax that head. Now you see me here stroking off my legs here. Now what that does is just kind of like a little bit of a qigong. I imagine I was actually going whoosh, whoosh, and that just helps clear any of those bad juju vibes around you, you know? Just brush yourself off and make sure this is my body, and that's what you say to yourself with love and compassion. But we can only be lovely human beings to others if we are loving to ourselves. So put that emergency oxygen mask on yourself first in case of turbulence, my friends. Go ahead, interlock your elbows, relax that head. Let any tension in the back of your head and that cervical area just drop. Just let it fall. Any thoughts inside of your head, let them drop. I like to visualize all these scenarios, so you can go ahead and just imagine a thought, give it a shape, and then just let it drop. Let it drop off a cliff into the ocean, whatever needs to be done. Now from here, I'm walking into my downward dog. Yep, it was an ooh-wee kind of moment because I was a stiff pup this morning, and that's perfectly fine, guys. So go ahead and just walk the dog, give him a couple minutes to get nice and loose. And again, we're here just really working on connecting to that spine, that vertebra. Now when I'm really feeling the downward dog at the moment, and what I'm doing again is I'm exercising my visualization muscle by imagining, okay, I want to imagine that my lower back has an arch in it, that my tailbone is the highest point, and then I'm really pushing my upper back into this concave motion. Now it doesn't actually look like that for me because, well, there's some stiffness as you can see, but no matter, it's just if I can create that inner reality first, then my external reality follows, because matter follows thought. Our body follows thoughts. Now that's super important. So let's use this moment right now to exercise that visualization muscle. Beautiful. If you want to go ahead here and start pushing into a deeper downward dog, get your heels down to the floor. That's perfectly good right now. Just remember, breathe. We want deep ujjayi breathing, my friends. If you're interested in more details on breathwork, I'm making a course right now. The link will be in the description towards my Instagram. Go ahead and follow that and make sure you stay tuned in. All right, relaxing, coming down onto our knees, feeling the weight of our body, which we kind of inverted, and now bringing that back onto the floor. Go ahead and relax, open up again, take a deep breath. It's a good morning, I'm telling you, my peeps. All right, so from here, I'm gonna go ahead and sit up on my toes. Now we're gonna keep going with our flow. So jump back into that canoe and we're gonna head into our internal and external rotations with the hip. Get nice and tall with your spine, and then we're just gonna move one knee at a time. Now I'm really feeling into my hip here, imagining whatever my hip looks like from the inside out. So just connecting, putting my knee to the side, inhaling, bringing my knee in, exhaling, reversing the motion. Make sure you're looking where the river is running at all times. Go ahead and switch sides here. I like to pair this with the next move, which is the crab press. So we're gonna go up into a crab press, and I want you just intuitively to place your hands down and pop up into this tabletop position. Now from here, I'm gonna let you the cues. The cues are to push the shoulders away from the ears first. And then I'm gonna bring my glutes up. So this is as much an engagement from the glutes as it is from my shoulders. I want you to feel that booty trembling, if that's the case, or just feeling nice and engaged here. Push down into the ground throughout the whole move and use your connection to the ground to open up your body. Imagine your heart's really opening up and going, opening up to whatever is in front of you in this very moment. Maybe it's just me stretching with you. Perfect. Go ahead and hold on this last one. Squeeze every single little muscle in that body. And now go ahead and relax. Nice. So I like to pair this with the 90-90 move. So we did the internal, external rotations. Now we're moving into these 90-90 shifts. So go ahead and place your hands down behind you and just drop your knees to one side. If you're feeling spicy, then go ahead and get those hands off the ground. Right? Oh my God, this changes everything. I was not feeling like a jalapeno. I was more of a habanero this morning. So I dropped my hands back down, and that's perfectly fine. Choose your spice levels smartly, wisely. Always keep a glass of milk. All right, go ahead and slowly make those rotations happen for you. Now the next thing we're gonna top, the cherry on top, spicy cherry on top, is into these 90-90 lifts. So in this end position of the 90-90, I'm just gonna go ahead and lift up. I want you to make these as three-dimensional as possible. Now what that means to me is to imagine a snail's shell. Now what that is that rotation. So imagine you're rotating into that cave, into that socket, and you're rotating out of it. You're not only lifting yourself up straight, but you're really rotating out of it. Go ahead and switch sides. This is my a little bit funkier side. So that's completely normal, by the way, if you have some asymmetries which are bothering you. I've been working with asymmetries for the years that I've been doing these movement routines, stretching, working out. And honestly, more than anything, yes, they do get better, but you also just get more fine with it. And then since it has less of an impact or weight in your mind, things open up when you least expect them. Now go ahead and spray that bad juju or that thought away from you. Cha-cha-cha! And continue down. I like working with smells, side note. It's always good to keep a little bit of an incense or something in your room, just if you feel like, before going to bed or something in the morning, you just want to uplift your energy. Bam, 3 sprays is all it takes. I wish I would have a sponsor to plug right now. But all I have is this crab press, which we're getting into again. So go ahead and really feel that contraction of the back muscles here. So you can see those traps working. Gotta say, traps are looking nice. Oh man, if you can see me right now. Okay. And we're gonna hold this last one again. Just really squeezing that juice into our body right now, connecting to our body, taking ownership of your space. And that starts by connecting to the present moment. And the body's always here. Now go ahead and bring yourself forward into a squat. Keep your heels elevated with some shoes, some books, a ledge, whatever works, if you need to. Now from here, I'm gonna go into the squat to the forward fold. So place your hands on the floor or on your shins, wherever you need to be. Forward into the forward fold, and then back down into the squat. Go ahead on this last one and relax again. Feel into those hamstrings and notice what we've just done. How does that impact your forward fold right now? Are you feeling looser? Is your head more relaxed? Is your mental space more clear? Beautiful. Now from here, I'm gonna go into my downward dog again, and we're gonna move into our last sequence here. Now I'm gonna pair the downward dog with a like a hip stretch. There's no real name that I know for it, but I've done this throughout the years in yoga classes, or just by myself, and this is a beautiful way to open up the hips. So get nice and deep in the downward dog right now. Breathe into it. Smile to yourself. Now from here, I'm gonna bring my right foot forward, place it down as elegantly and smoothly as you can. Now from here, I'm gonna keep both hands placed to the front and just get nice and long. Imagine your spine right now, and from the back leg, that heel to the top of your head, you're just gonna imagine getting nice and long into this crocodile stretch position. Now there's a link up top if you wanna get more in depth in this. Go ahead and press that right now. But I'm gonna place my inner hand down, and from here, I'm gonna twist open, opening my chest up to the room in front of me, to this beautiful Japanese wave, looking up to the skies, breathing deep, opening up my chest, opening up that hip. If you're feeling anything like me right now, then this is the perfect stretch. Go back down, place the other hand down, and now we're gonna reach up, shaka to all 3 of your viewers. And we're gonna reach up into this, I think world's greatest stretch is something that I saw some little friend of mine call it. Nice, get nice and tall here. Make sure you're not overarching your back here, right? So we tend to get into these big positions, and if we feel great, we go for this huge stretch, but just make sure you're taking it nice and easy on your lower back. So talking about the lower back, this downward dog, we're back in right now, is an amazing position if you have problems with your lower back. Make sure you're getting it in regularly. And we're gonna go ahead, continue, hop back in that flow, and jump right in to the other side. So again here, placing our leg down, getting nice and tall, first feeling that stretch that we want. I'm gonna engage my right glute here throughout this entire move. Now what this does is by engaging the antagonistic muscle, my hip flexor can actually open deeper. So I'm opening up my inside hand, palm on the floor, outside is getting this nice big stretch. Get your elbow nice and long, locked out, open your fingers, and just feel that energy, that life force running through you right now. It's nobody's but yours in this very moment, so use it wisely for yourself to get a nice connection. Go ahead and switch sides and get back into the stretch. This is a beautiful way to really take ownership of your full space, my friends. Make sure you're doing that on the regular. As you can see, I'm pretty amped up about taking up my space. All right, we're gonna finish this off with a nice little squat here. Just relax. If you're feeling nice and relaxed, I feel super happy to say, bounce on out from here and keep going with your day. I wanna say thank you. Make sure you like the video, subscribe, share it with someone who you think is gonna benefit from this. And if you want to pair this with a second good morning stretch, which only takes 10 minutes, then here is the link one more time. I love bouncing between these two, I'd say around 5 out of 7 days in my mornings, because all it takes is 10 to 15 minutes and it changes my day dramatically. I feel so much better. Now, I'm going to end this session for myself with this nice little child's pose. Just relax everything. We just did so much for our current moment, for our body, so just let it all go, let it all sink into the ground, saying thank you to Mama Earth for always holding us, always being there for us, and always providing for us with everything that we need. I hope you're feeling beautiful. I hope you're feeling like a shining star, my friend, because that's exactly what you are. You're floating through space on this big old rock. Nobody knows what's going on, so make sure you're taking care of yourself by connecting to your intuition, to your gut. And that starts by connecting to your body, which is the home of all the wisdom you seek, of all the answers you seek, of all the clarity you seek. Get in contact with me if these kind of things speak to you on an energetic level as well. If these things interest you and you want to get to know more about your intuition and how to tap into it, go ahead and reach out to me over Instagram or via mail, both things in the description below. Thank you guys so much for jumping in this canoe with me and rowing this stream. Actually, just floating down it, surfing down it. So thank you guys so much. I really appreciate y'all. And stay tuned for the next one. Ow! So if you're still tuned in, I congratulate you. We're gonna end this with a beautiful 3 deep lion's breath. This is a beautiful exercise to expel any remaining negative blocked energy, any emotions which are holding you back from your highest vibration. So it looks like this demon face. So get nice and comfortable on your knees. And what we're gonna do here is we're gonna inhale, pulling our energy all the way up through the spine. And on the exhale, I want you to open your mouth as wide as possible. Get that lion's roar. Drop the tongue out like that demon mask. And then your eyes roll up to the top, expelling a So inhale nice and tall here. One more time. Inhaling all the way. Last one here, inhaling all the way, all the way. Express that energy, let it out, let that roar out of you. Oh, Feel that. Feel that power right now. Feel what you just did for yourself. You took ownership of your body, your space, your mind. Thank you guys so much for letting the light shine through you and impacting every single person you will ever cross in your lifetime, especially today, right after the session. Shake it out. Thank you guys for joining. Have a beautiful day. Love y'all. Ciao.